All right, this is week 14 in our course, and we're beginning the final section here. We're turning our attention to downstream factors that might be impacting health. That is to say, how does the healthcare system impact health outcomes? How is that contributing to it? Now, a lot of people feel like by the time people are in the visit with their doctor in the healthcare system, it's too late, that the fundamental causes of health disparities have already been set in motion, and it really doesn't matter at this point. And you guys can decide what you think about that. I think there is some truth to that. There absolutely is some truth to that. However, I do think there is also some value in thinking about, can we slow down progression by the time people present with that health problem? You know, is there a way that we really can impact healthcare to try to slow that down? So this is just one piece of the puzzle, again, downstream factors that we're talking about here. Your reading this week is actually one of my favorite readings in this course. It's the Institute of Medicine's report called Unequal Treatment. It came out in 2002, and at the time, it really shook some nerves. I had some physicians I worked very closely with that had really strong reactions to it. So this report, Unequal Treatment, was a review article to some extent that looked at discrimination in the healthcare setting. And the discrimination, as you'll see if you really get into that report, goes all the way back to who could even access medical education. It's probably not too big of a surprise to many of you, but early on medical education became a big business and not everybody had access to that. And that early on history of how medical education, who had access to it, we still see today in medical education. That we don't have, even medical education isn't equally accessible. But that particular report, what I want you to do is just focus on chapter 2. And that's a nice overview of the literature to date, back in 2002. So there's been a lot more that's come out since then. I think that gives you a nice overview, though, of where things are in terms of unequal treatment, and again, how downstream factors there with the healthcare system might be impacting things. What I want you to do this week is, as you read that chapter, take some notes. I'm hoping that some of you may have some thoughts, some feelings, and what I want you to do is, your homework is writing up about a one-page report, basically, where you're just, and this can just even be brainstorming, but it's your response to chapter 2 in the Institute of Medicine report there. Okay, that's it for this week.